You're such an asshole.
ObiWan Cappy here, and we have a long and lengthy question from a young man who's going to send me a bunch of questions with a bunch of options. And these long and lengthy questions, where I am asked to make decisions for people, come at the price of $100 minimum. Just so you know, this is a new Cappy, 2021 Cappy, very more calm, very more relaxed. So let us begin. It's a long one. Hi, Aaron. I try to be vague, please. Okay. I've been watching your videos since my junior year in high school, and I love the work that you do. Forgive me for the length of this request, but I have quite a few burning questions that I would like to ask all at once. One, I'd like an evaluation of what you think of my life and situation. Two, given what you think about my life, what do you think my next steps should be? Don't Cappy, ObiWan Cappy will decide all. I will decide every action for everybody in each decision in all of their lives. I'm ObiWan Cappy. Is it worth it to become successful anymore? To start off, I'll tell you about myself so you can get an idea of who I am. I'm an 18-year-old 2020 graduate from the DC area of a wealthy suburb. I grew up in what most people consider American dream. I'm very thankful for where I am. Unlike most people in this area, my family is relatively conservative, which makes us stick out. I'm also agnostic. I'm truly open to different ideas. I was a decent student. I'm extremely musically inclined. I'm technically proficient musician. I'm not going to mention the instrument, and take great pride in my playing. I am not athletic, but I do hit the gym and play golf a bit. Golf is not a sport. I love golf, man. That is not a sport. That is not exercise. Unless you hoof it for 18 holes. That is not a sport. I've had a few girlfriends. I think I'm fairly attractive despite my slender physique. I also find that I have a small circle of friends because most people my age are not intellectually stimulating. Would rather crush beers, pass around STDs, and Juul, Juul, every 5 seconds instead of discussing something of true meaning and worth. I still live at home because you're a pussy. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that because I'm a little girl. Oh, wait, I keep misreading because I'm a little bitch. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me clear my eyes. I don't think it said that because I took a year off from school to really think about my next decision in life. So you weren't even paying for tuition, and so you couldn't find a job. I was going to try to become a cruise ship musician during my gap year and travel while I thought things out. I'm not against you doing that. That's right. So you were going to try and get a job. I had a solid shot at this because one of my teachers used to play on cruise ships and was going to hook me up with his contacts in Miami, but that obviously didn't pan out because of the virus. So that's true. I'm currently working a minimum wage retail job. Good. And I'm starting to working for a small business doing managerial office work in addition to this retail job. I'm good with my money. I'm good amount of savings and investments. Yeah, if I lived at home too, I'd have a little bit of savings and investments. They're paying this bleeping $1,300 a month for a one bedroom. All around, I think I'm in pretty good shape for an 18-year-old, and I'm grateful for that. Yeah, despite all the things that I have going for me, I'm pretty black-pilled cynical about the world. I wasn't always this way. In fact, okay, look, I'm going to tell you, here's free advice. I know young people need to shut up more and get to the freaking point, because I know at 18, these things are amazing and wonderful. Like my little nieces can look at a tree next to a pond for hours and play. Okay, because it's new and novel. And 18-year-old people are kind of like, oh my God, my feelings and emotions, and I'm feeling this. Like, yeah, dude, been there 30 effing years ago. Now, what the fuck do you want? No one cares about your journey. No one cares about your thoughts. No one cares about your journaling. This is why you pay a lot of money. I wasn't always this way. In fact, I used to be a pretty optimistic, idealistic person. I'll spare you the details, but a chain reaction of events sent me in a downward spiral during my time in high school. I became severely depressed. Oh, I live in a rich suburb and everything, things and stuff and bad stuff happen. I don't care what those events were, unless it was like a death or something and it was a person real close to you. And even then, I know that you don't really believe in depression. I do believe in it, yes, but I don't, I don't believe it's anywhere near as prevalent as what people say. But I was medically diagnosed with it, and for a while, it made aspects of my life very difficult. Yeah, I'm calling. I know you think you were depressed, but you lived in the burbs. Things were taken care of. You had a year off, you know, and I know bad things can happen, but unless you lost a limb, no, man the fuck up. Quit being a pussy. Again, free advice you didn't ask for. And so what? You're depressed. Oh, well, then I guess you just roll over and die then, huh? Get off your ass and go make life count. Because every day I wake up, seriously, first thing I wake up is like fat chicks being proud about being fat. I'm like, I'm not looking at Twitter today. Just not looking at Twitter. Which made aspects of my life very difficult. Thankfully, I avoided a victim mentality and pulled myself out of this deep depression. Good for you then. During this time, all of my ideals collapsed into one another. Could it just be reality reared its ugly head and burst your little pretty bubble? And that it's not depression, but you were merely adapting to what the real world was? I'm speculating what these bad things were, but like, were you Neo? You were unplugged. You're like, holy crap, this new world is horrible. What do you mean, floating metal octopuses? Good Christ. I became aware of how broken things are in the West. I went down a deep rabbit hole and saw how soulless and brainwashed many Americans are becoming. I began to truly connect the dots and understand how the collapse of morals and lack of wisdom was brought about by the boomers, contributed by the Gen Xers, had damaged the millennials in my generation. You're getting, you go. This book summarizes all how that happened and how to get out of it. But I know you millennials want to believe you're right more than you want to be happy. So that's okay. Even though I'm not particularly religious, I realize the collapse of morals within our society has brought in the religion of wokeness in order to fill the void. And that's true. I began seeing how nihilism, feminism, social justice, socialism, globalism, corporatism, and many other isms have wreaked havoc on the sanity of the American population. I have to tip my hat to you, sir. For an 18-year-old, you are very well read, and I'm impressed with your writing ability. This is very well done. I won't go over too much more about these particular issues because you already do an excellent job discussing them in your channel and have answered some of my many other questions on these topics. As part of these realizations, began resenting school and broader academia. Beginning to hate. I think modern academia has damaged young boys and girls for that matter by depriving them of proper masculine role models in their early years and then outright indoctrinating them and making them consumer debt slaves in their later years. I would tell my parents and other adults that college has become a bad deal for many Americans, even though most didn't agree with me. Oh, here comes the boomer advice. Hang on. Whoa. That went down the wrong throat. Whew. Age. Because I was so sick of the BS that was my public school, I decided to try something different my senior year. I went to a trade program for half my school day. I worked under a successful master electrician who taught me some electrical and construction skills. Through this program, I got to help build a house during my school year. It was truly a great experience. This is one of those things, kid. Yeah, got it. Okay, you met a buddy. Was this an after-school special? You guys never had those. Me deciding to try something different like this was a huge shock to people around me because this area is so tightly wound and any other route is looked down upon as outright. So I found out it wasn't for me, but gained massive respect for tradesmen. As of right now, dude, sure, you haven't gotten it. As of right now, I'm at a crossroads and have narrowed my choices down to two different options. Decide for me, Cappy. I'm considering going to an in-state school and studying political science and economics or business or going to the Berklee College of Music. Are you sure you tune in this channel? I know your stance is on both these options, but hear me out. Oh, you're different. My reason for going in-state and going for political science and economics is because those degrees are actually pretty good in this area. I know a lot of wealthy people who got their foot in the door with they had connections, dipshit. Okay, here, look this up. Sheryl Sandberg. She did not get into her position of power because of hard work and merit. Her daddy was, I think, an FBI guy and had a ton of connections. She worked for, I think, one of the presidents or the secretaries. Go look. Do you have that level of connection? You don't? I guess you're not majoring political science. Oh, here, this is so precious. I'm very good at networking and have connections into the government contracting world. I think I would be good as a salesperson or a lobbyist. Look, you little spoiled brat. Just say you don't want to work for a living. Just say so. Just say you're lazy. You don't want to produce anything of value for society. And you want to go become oh my God, you want to become a lobbyist. Like if I was president, along with bankers and teachers, the lobbyists probably first and foremost would also just magically go away somewhere. We wouldn't know where they were. I just would like, boy, things on K Street are really quiet. Where did the lobbyists go? Huh. Wonder what happened. My case to going for music school is that I'm very musically inclined and I can supplement my musical ability with technical audio engineering skills and music business skills. Okay, I know someone who went to the Berklee School of Music. Okay, I'm not saying it's not a good conservatory. They don't know shit about music business skills. There's no such thing. And then technical audio engineering skills. Yeah, it's called YouTube. And you learn how to use Goldwave and Audacity or Open Editor. You do not go to an overpriced piece of shit music school. It actually is a good music school, but all music schools are pieces of shit. No matter how Berklee, there's no why. Get it? God, you claim to be so independent minded, and you are, but then you fall for this shit. But I'm musical. I was talking to Matt Baldoni. He knew people that got like their masters and got conservatory or conservatorships or whatever they call them, doctorates and different musicians. You know what? They don't play anywhere near. They don't make anywhere near as much as money as he does. You either go out and hustle and play music and bid for contracts and try and get positions within different bands, or you don't. And that is how you succeed in music. Going to the Berklee School of Music is not going to help you. And the sure as fuck aren't going to teach you anything you couldn't learn for free on the internet about music business skills. Oh, really? Really? How to file for bankruptcy? Let me guess. Berklee's Music Business School program includes teaching you the difference between chapters 7, 11, and 18 bankruptcies. Huh? How to get a government grant? Is that it? I also have connections into this world as well. Okay, I'm not impressed with who you know. In addition, one of my neighbors who is very wealthy went to a music school and then became a lawyer. Oh, so he became a lawyer. What does it tell you about music? No matter what I do, I will work as hard as possible and try and achieve my goals as long as it doesn't involve math, physics, calculus, or rigor. Oh, wait, my eyes again. If I choose political science, here comes the analysis. Here comes the long, tedious analysis. If I choose the political science and economics route, I will push myself to become extremely financially successful. If I choose the music route, I will be minimalistic and make the sacrifices I must in order to achieve success in the field. I will also send you clips of my playing if you think I'm full of shit. No, I believe you're a good player, which is why I don't believe you need to go to school. Go play. In addition, I will not have debt from school. If my family didn't have money to send me, I would outright reject going because of how broken the school system, because my family can afford me to send anyone who can't harm me to go. I just want to be respectful of my parents' use of money. I know that you champion STEM, but I know it's not for me. Well, it's so cute you think that's an option. It's so cute. I'm not very science or mathematically oriented. No, you're a lazy fuck who didn't try hard in those subjects. You write too damn well. You execute too much critical thinking. It's amazing. You execute critical thinking skills to realize things are happening, except when it comes to executing the critical thinking skills, realize, well, I better really calculus up because otherwise I'm not going to have a job. Then, oh, wait, now it requires work. Hold on. Shut down those critical thinking skills. My dad is in STEM. I see firsthand what STEM guys do, and I know it's not something I would personally want to spend my life doing. Oh, look, guys, the Gen Zer thinks he should do things he wants to do in life. Oh, how cute and feminine. Oh, parents want me to succeed, and they're They are supportive of whatever route that I decide to take. I'm the oldest sibling, so I do feel some pressure to move myself in whatever capacity that I am to prove. I would like to close my long-ready request with bringing up what I ultimately think about my situation. I think that regardless of the West is in decline, my parents have achieved the American dream, but I don't think that dream will exist much longer. If I want to become more financially successful than my father, I would have to make a minimum of $500,000 a year without accounting for inflation. Where did that arbitrary, what, you got to beat your dad? Is there a competition? Did he make a bet? Does your mother die if you don't make more money than your dad? He's some evil James Bond villain, like with a tick-tock doom clock above your mom? I think I can do that if I make the sacrifices necessary to do so, as long as it's in hard or involving STEM. Oh, it didn't say that. However, what is the point of being successful if the West is truly in decline? I would like to get married and have a family. Oh, here comes the women part. As you know, that's becoming harder and harder nowadays because there are fewer and fewer females that have a positive ROIs because how emotionally, financially damaged they are by amphetamines in them. In addition, I am a white male. I'll probably get the shit text on me and blame for society's problems, even if I work hard to honestly achieve my success. To me, it seems that the only way for me to do is win by achieving a few money so that I can have the freedom to do whatever I want or buy out or... God, I didn't charge you enough. Want by opting out of the traditional path and doing what I most enjoy doing, music, while being a minimalist. I grew up in a world of McMansions, sports cars, beach houses, country clubs. Yeah, I could see. It's great to an extent, but I am now realizing how shallow a lot of it is. If I choose the more financially lucrative path, it wouldn't be for these materialistic things. It would be for freedom and stability it provides. If I choose the music path, I may not be as well financially off, but it'll be going, but then on Tuesday, I might have to do this, but Friday I could go to McDonald's, but then I might go to KFC, but I was thinking about Taco Bell. Now, Taco Bell, that's a little bit healthier than KFC, but it's still not as healthy. Now, McDonald's does have some good stuff on the menu. They do have salads. Maybe if I just got water. Waters are free, but if you go and get soda, well, then you got to pay an extra $1.45. That I would be extremely good at, find meaningful, and would enjoy doing some full-time while still earning a living. If I choose this path, I will focus on being a minimalist so that I can maximize my time. Dude, you have said the same shit 3 fucking times over. No one is going to hire you for jack. This isn't music. I know music, you repeat the stanza or the chorus. Yeah, when you're communicating with humans, you don't have to do that. We get it the first time. Unless you want to be a wife and say the same thing 3 times. Past a certain amount of income, I see no point in working hard towards a life that may cease to exist in the near future. Given how broken things are becoming, why would I settle for a life that I hate, especially in the West's regard? Declining. Given what you think of me, I think very little of you. I think you're a whiny little brat from the suburbs who needs to have his ass so fucking beat within an inch of his life, you realize what the real world is like. What do you think I should do? I have a lot of opportunity to really make something on myself. I don't want to squander it. Let's go back to your 3 questions. I would like you to evaluate what you think of my life and situation. I think your life is pretty fucking pathetic. I think your parents have completely failed you in bringing up a soft, spoiled little brat. You have the potential for independent thought and intelligence, but since you've came from a spoiled family, you're handicapped in a certain sense in that you're weak and lazy. And that you've had so I'm calling bullshit on your depression thing. Something very average and common must have happened to you. Something very average and common. You live at home, so you're not a real man. And I think you would before you do anything, you should join the military and get the ever-living shit kicked out of you so you know what the real world is like. And even then, I guess that's getting pansified. Your situation is you got all the opportunities in the world, but you think so grandiose and highly of yourself. Like, what should I do if I can't do philosophy and music? And again, you are very self-centered because you took so long to say the same shit and just vomit things and jerk off about yourself. Look, buddy, I don't mind if you got an observation or 2. Stop saying the same three things and stop fucking overanalyzing shit. And this whole, I'm going to go to the Berkeley School of Music or I'm going to major in political science because I got connections, yo. No, your connections probably won't work. Okay. Also, you don't need to go to the Berkeley School of Music to be a musician. Right? These are things you're doing to avoid real responsibility and hard work in life and success, though, by the way, too. You're squirming like squirmers do, squirming, looking for the easy path. Ooh, I know. My uncle 3 times removed knows someone who's famous in Guam. See, I got networks. You're an 18-year-old fucking idiot. You don't know anything about how networking works. Your teacher, even if their teacher would have lined up the job for you, probably would have failed to deliver it to you without the COVID. Because people fuck you over. People just forget. You rely way too much on networks and your parents' money instead of you for your success. That if that fails, you will be a failure. And at Berkeley School of Music, you are a fucking tard thinking you are an idiot. If you're that good, go fucking play. 2, given what you think about my life, what do you think my next step should be? Join the military. Go to college. Get your prereqs out of the way. Some small little cheap community college. It could be online too. And if you're not, and let's say maybe not join the military, or, okay, you go to college online, you get your prereqs out of the way. In the meantime, you take no money from your parents, no help. You go get a real job, and you're already working it. You got some jobs, that's good. And you support yourself for 1 entire year. Okay? You be a man. You're going to have to learn what the real world is like so that you can actually start making smart decisions. Because your decisions are so blinded by the pampered ass little, Kuantahaha life that you've had. You lack perspective. You have delusional expectations of the world and you. So you need to have your face shoved in this shit so you know what it's really like. You need to know what it takes to support yourself. So 1 year, no mom and dad money. No mom and dad help me out with my cell phone bill or my car. You go get as many effing jobs as you need, and then you go find a piece of shit apartment, and you go support yourself. You be a man for a year. Or you could join the military, and while you're in the military or supporting yourself, if you have a little bit of money extra, then you go to school online or at the local community college to just get your effing prereqs out of the way. And then you reevaluate what you're going to major in if you even go to college. Right? Just my opinion. No, you're not going to major in political science or economics. No, you're not going to major in music. Okay. You will either go to college for a degree that pays, like accounting or engineering, all right, or you don't go at all. Electrician, it's not for me. I just want to hobnob and be a lobbyist and have drinks. And then, but by that time, look, if you live on your own, you actually support yourself as a man for 1 year or join the military. Okay, then in a year time, I don't care what you major in. I don't care what you major in now. Matter of fact, I'm almost tempted to go major in the Berkeley School of Music. Go major in the Berkeley School of graduates who get a degree in music but never become notable musicians. And don't fucking send me a list of people who play in fucking symphonic orchestras that I've never heard of. I want people I actually hear on the radio, which I don't hear on the radio anymore. And then you decide what you want. But after that point, if you're still a little bent, I think I could change to be a lot of 3, is it worth it to become successful anymore? Not financially. I wouldn't say financially I'm a minimalist. But you will have to become successful in some other capacity or regards. I think music is a great venue. If you become a musician, like a real one, not one that goes to college and studies music and then teaches it. You actually go get gigs. Here's something you could consider. You work as a starving artist and you get gigs at night. And you play your instrument. All right? Find gigs. I think that's a great way to become successful if you became a successful musician because you like music. So, but you don't have to make tens of millions of dollars to be a successful musician. But financially, no, but be successful, get married and have kids. I like how you think, I like to get married and have kids. You're a child yourself. Oh my God. And by the way, you're not, you go ahead and date all you want, but you are in no capacity to even consider being a father or a husband. You don't even support yourself. So, no, you're not going to get wife and children just yet. But down the road, if also you become a man and you start supporting yourself, then yeah, that's success. Having children and having a loving family, that's also success. That doesn't require money. And then your idea of like get you FU money and like that. Okay. You let me know how your networks come along. Like if you knew the Clintons, okay, maybe I'd say, oh, well, you're friends with the president. All right. Yeah. Okay. You went to Sidwell and Friends. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Then you probably have, everyone in your family went to Harvard or Yale. All right. Okay. I didn't hear any of that. Your dad works in STEM. You have to become successful in some capacity or regard, but I would not do it financially, especially if the parasites of society are going to take half of it. So I would become successful in music. I'm not saying don't become, hey, making six figures is making six figures. I'm not saying don't get a decent career, but God, majoring in political science. Do you even have to have a degree to be a lobbyist? Can't you just it's just sucking dick and bribing people, right? Do you need to go to college for that? Can't you just get a bag of cash from your parents and like pucker up your lips and like get a favor from a congressman that benefits your family? I mean, you don't have to go to 4 years of school for that, do you? Do you have a pretty nice 18-year-old ass, huh? Might be your best asset if you want to become a lobbyist. Just saying. No, that's it, man. You got the world to screw up. You have a lot of benefits and advantages. You're just weak and spoiled, and you got to become a man first before you make any serious life decisions. You need to know how to support yourself as a man first before you decide what you're going to major in. Because you're going to go major in worthless shit. Your business ideas are going to fail, and you're going to be a 30-year-old asking mom and dad to bail you out. And they will, because they got money, and you'll never suffer. You'll never forge. You'll be this pig iron that's never mixed with carbon and turned into a steel blade. And you'll just be another spoiled brat kid from the suburbs. That's it. All right, let's go to the super chats. Nonstop Dre to it. Here's a God, Dre, I'd love to have you kick the shit out of this kid. This kid should look at you, man. For $2, life story, block text, weird question, help me. XXC Demon 08, he is regular $3. It actually said, because I'm a little eunuch. Dre again for $2. Meanwhile, I've been supporting myself since 17. I know, man. It's just, what would it have been like, What would that like? It's just like, oh yeah, here's the money. You don't have to worry about starving. Okay. Swallow Blue, too. He should have majored in sustainability. Global Product and Gaming Review. This is a new guy. $5. Aaron, I want to personally thank you for the books you wrote and I bought from you. Worthless, Reconnaissance Man, and Bachelor Pad Economics. Well, thank you. Thank you. What do you do? Do you actually do something? Looks like there's pictures of what is that, a distillery? A bar? What is that? Looks something industrious. Swallow Blue, $5. Tell her to be... No, it's not a girl, Blue. It's a guy. This guy is such a pussy, he sounds like a girl. Tell her to become a VTuber if she wants something easy. Swallow Blue. I was bad at writing. And ain't English not your first language, Swallow? Fred, $2. Gen Y, stop being useless. Cappy, stop hitting the dog. One of those, okay, one never happened. The other one's never going to not happen, okay? Nonstop Dre, $2. The military has gotten softer since I've left it. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Motor swaps for $5. He needs to be galvanized. Life takes consistent work. The Marines have a great little island in South Carolina that help him. It works well. Yeah, but that's hard. That's hard, motor swaps. Nonstop Dre, $2. But Cappy, they say Gen Z will save the West. No, they won't. The West doesn't deserve saving. That's another concept. What, you really want to save this? Have you guys gone on TV? Like you look at TV or whatever, like when you log out of your mail or you go into a search engine, like they got the little news stories. That's telling you of what the average IQ of the average human in the United States is. And, okay, something important financially is happening. And, that's an important thing, like on Bing. But, I mean, here, we'll just go to Bing. Let me go to Bing. There's at least one puff piece that's just shit. Singer fined over son. Ex-model found dead. Forfeit after kneeling. NBC New York reporter dies. No one cares. No one cares. This day in 1909. Take the news quiz. Judge backs Spears. Okay, the cops won't be charged. That's newsworthy. Pulse Memorial Partner doesn't matter. Man threatens Biden. That's newsworthy. I don't want people threatening the president. It's all junk. It's all garbage. All right. Fred for $2. Did Chad hate dogs like you? Hide my dog from him. Chad does not hate dogs. I do not hate dogs. You do not have to hide your dog from Chad. Chances are your dog is bigger than Chad. Swallow. Nora was born in the U.S. Okay. Global Product Gaming and Review. I'm grateful for your work and telling people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. You're an inspiration to me. Okay. We'll make booze or whatever it is you got in your company there. Okay, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you kids later. Toodles.